Today's hottest music. Power 92.3.
It's getting a little green in honor of Wicked being in town. And I've got Colin Hanlon, who plays Fiyero from Wicked, with me right now, man. I'm excited you're here.
Good.
You're like, good, you better be
here.
excited.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me, dude, I know you play Fiyero in
I
Wicked.
do, yes.
And if people aren't familiar with the show Wicked, it's a play-off of the Wizard of Oz.
It is. It basically concentrates on the two witches, Glinda and the Wicked Witch of the West.
Elphaba.
Elphaba, yes. And I play sort of the guy who comes along and is the point of the love triangle between the two of them. And
you do a wonderful job at it, too.
Thank you, I try.
Yeah, I saw the show last week. My wife and I have tickets again for tonight's performance, so we're definitely excited. Rachel, are tickets still available, or is it completely sold out?
No, tickets are still available.
Tickets, okay. Rachel from the Civic Center here. She says tickets are definitely still available, so you can come see the show. If you haven't seen Wicked, it is by far one of my favorite shows. Right up there with Rent and Avenue Q and all of those. And you've actually had some experience with Rent before, too, haven't you?
I have, yes. I did it in New York for a little over 2.5 years, off and on.
That's great.
Long time. Yeah.
And not only that, now you're doing it. I was watching an episode this morning of the web series that you're doing online.
I am, yes. It's called Submissions Only.
What's the premise of that?
It is basically follows a group of young want-to-be actors, writers, directors, casting directors in New York City, and sort of their relationships with each other and the trips and falls of trying to make it in the entertainment business in New York City. So.
It's a great webisode, and if you know anything about theater, I love all the references, all the, it takes me back, talking about Steppenwolf and all the,
yeah.
all of the references in there, and the musical about Snuggies, I think would be
It's
great.
good. We're on our second season now, and we're actually sponsored by BroadwayWorld.com, so it kind of was a good step up from last season, so we're happy with it. Yeah.
And people can check that out at submissionsonly.com. And you can get all the information you need about Wicked right on our website, powerpeoria.com. So what can people expect if they've never seen the show before? Like what's one of the highlights of the show?
I mean, it's a huge spectacle. I think it's kind of a throwback to the old Phantom of the Operas and Les Mis and Miss Saigons and all those shows that just had incredible costumes and spectacle. I mean, if you've never seen Wicked before, I think you're kind of in for a ride because, it's beautiful to watch. The music's gorgeous. I mean, it's, one of Stephen Schwartz's best scores, and, the cast is great, and it's exactly the same show that you would see if you went to Broadway or London or any of the other 7 companies around the world. I mean, Wicked is such a beast, and, if you haven't experienced it, I really think that it's worth your time.
And that's one of the neat things that I remember hearing about, that they didn't condense down the set. They didn't make anything on a smaller scale. It's really it's the full production.
It's the same scale to New York. I mean, it takes, God, I don't know, maybe 30 trucks to travel it from city to city. We always have 2 days off because they
to get it set up.
Just to get everything set up in between every city. So yeah, it's a beast. I mean, the costumes are absolutely amazing. So they're just beautiful, and they're all handmade for everybody. And yeah, it's. I don't know that I'll ever be in another show like Wicked ever in my lifetime. So I'm sort of taking it all in while I can.
The neat thing about the Civic Center too is that there is no bad seat in the house. So
it's a great space.
No matter where you're sitting at in the theater at the Civic Center, you're going to be able to see the show wonderfully. So.
Yeah, I mean, we just came from the Fox Theater, and it was it's a gorgeous theater, but it just was massive. 5,000 seats, and people were so far away from us that sometimes it was almost like we were acting in Madison Square Garden. It was huge. I was like, no one even saw anything I just did. There was almost no subtlety in a way, because you couldn't. You had to just, play to the back. So.
The Civic Center's got such an intimate setting, though, that it really brings out some of the best parts of the show.
It's good. The audiences have been very concentrated and very with us, so it's been nice.
Great.
They seem to be really enjoying it.
That's awesome. If you want tickets to Wicked, like I said, get the details at powerpeoria.com. And Colin, thank you so much for coming in.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. No worries. Thanks.
Today's hottest music. Power 92.3.